My name is Olivia Sterling, and 2 months ago I was filming a commercial for my lifestyle brand at the Rosewood Estate in Napa Valley. The same venue where 7 years ago I stood in a wedding dress waiting for a groom who never showed up. My production team was setting up the shot when I saw them through the café window across the street. Daniel, my ex-fiancé, and Ashley, my former best friend, sitting at a corner table, looking at what appeared to be bills and shaking their heads. They looked tired, stressed, nothing like the radiant couple who'd run away together on what was supposed to be my wedding day. I turned back to the camera crew and smiled. Let's make this one perfect. I want everyone who sees this to remember exactly where they were when their lives changed. But let me take you back to the beginning. Because revenge, this beautiful, doesn't start with anger. It starts with a choice to become someone they could never diminish again. 7 years ago, I was working as a marketing coordinator for a small boutique agency in San Francisco, making $45,000 a year and living paycheck to paycheck. I was engaged to Daniel Porter, my college sweetheart, and my best friend Ashley Chen was my maid of honor. We'd been inseparable since freshman year, the kind of friendship people write movies about. Daniel and I had been together for 5 years, and I genuinely believed I'd found my forever. We planned a spring wedding at the Rosewood Estate, this beautiful vineyard venue we'd visited on our first anniversary. It took everything I'd saved, plus help from my parents, but it was going to be perfect. 200 guests, live band, imported flowers. Ashley helped me plan every detail. Daniel seemed excited, or at least I thought he was. The warning signs were there, but I didn't want to see them. Ashley and Daniel becoming closer, spending time together to plan surprises for me. Daniel working late more often, always with vague explanations. Ashley canceling our usual Friday brunches, saying she was overwhelmed with work. I told myself I was being paranoid. That stress was making me imagine problems. The wedding day arrived. I was in the bridal suite at the Rosewood Estate, surrounded by my bridesmaids, wearing a dress I'd dreamed about since I was a little girl. Hair perfect, makeup flawless, heart pounding with joy and nerves. The ceremony was supposed to start at 4 p.m. At 3:30, my mom came into the room looking pale. "Olivia, sweetie, we need to talk. Daniel isn't here yet. Neither is Ashley. No one can reach them." I laughed because surely she was wrong. They're probably stuck in traffic. It's fine. But it wasn't fine. 4 p.m. came and went. Guests were seated, confused, whispering. I stood in that bridal suite, still in my dress, calling Daniel's phone over and over. Nothing. My dad went to Daniel's apartment, empty. No note, no explanation. Ashley's phone went straight to voicemail. At 5:15, Daniel's brother finally came to the bridal suite. He looked like he wanted to be anywhere else. He handed me his phone. There was a text message from Daniel sent an hour earlier. "I'm sorry, I can't do this. Ashley and I are together. We've been together for 6 months. Tell Olivia I'm sorry." I read it 3 times before the words made sense. My fiancé had run away with my best friend on our wedding day, had been sleeping with her for half a year while I planned a wedding. While I trusted them both completely, while I believed in forever. I walked out of that bridal suite and down the aisle I was supposed to walk as a bride. Instead, I stood in front of 200 people and said words I'll never forget. "Daniel isn't coming. The wedding is canceled. But please, stay and enjoy the reception. The food is already paid for. The band is here. Someone should get something good out of today." Have you ever had to announce your own heartbreak to a room full of people? Let me know in the comments. Some people left. Most stayed, either out of kindness or morbid curiosity. I sat at the head table in my wedding dress, ate cake, and smiled through every pitying look while my world fell apart in slow motion.
Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Turn on bell notification to stay updated for more revenge stories.
The next week, I quit my job. Not because I'd planned to, but because I couldn't function. I couldn't get out of bed. My parents were worried I was having a breakdown. Maybe I was. I spent days in the dark, replaying every moment, every sign I'd missed, every lie I'd believed. Then 2 weeks after the non-wedding, a bill arrived. The venue, the caterers, the flowers, the band. $32,000. All on my credit card. All still owed. Daniel and Ashley had stolen my future and left me with the debt of celebrating it. That's when something shifted. I was sitting on my apartment floor surrounded by bills, and I realized something. They'd taken so much from me, but they hadn't taken my ability to choose what came next. I could let this destroy me, or I could use it as fuel. I got up, showered for the first time in days, and started making a plan. I couldn't afford the venue bill on unemployment, so I needed income. But I didn't want another soul-crushing marketing job. I wanted to build something that was mine, something no one could take away. I'd always been good at creating content, understanding what made people connect with brands. So I started a blog. Not about the breakup specifically, but about rebuilding, about finding style and confidence and beauty after your life implodes. I called it Sterling Life because sterling silver becomes stronger when it's tested by fire. I posted about budget fashion, about decorating small spaces beautifully, about cooking meals that made you feel luxurious even when you were broke. I was honest about where I was in life. Recently humiliated, deeply in debt, starting over from scratch. People responded to that honesty. Within 2 months, I had 10,000 followers. Within 6 months, 50,000. Brands started reaching out for partnerships. Small ones at first, a skincare company wanting me to review their products, a home goods store offering affiliate commissions. I said yes to everything. I worked 18-hour days, creating content, negotiating deals, learning everything I could about digital marketing, brand building, audience engagement. I paid off the wedding debt in 8 months. Then I kept going. The turning point came 2 years in. I'd built Sterling Life into a legitimate media brand with 300,000 followers across platforms. A lifestyle company reached out wanting to hire me as a creative director. Instead, I pitched them something different. Let me launch my own product line under your distribution. We'll split profits 60-40 in your favor for the first year, then renegotiate. They said yes. We launched with home goods. Candles, throws, decorative pieces. Everything I'd been featuring on my channels but made specifically for Sterling Life. It sold out in 3 days. We did $600,000 in revenue the first month. That was the proof of concept I needed. I found investors, launched Sterling Life as a standalone company, and expanded into fashion, beauty, lifestyle products. Everything designed with the same philosophy, accessible luxury. Things that made you feel expensive even when you weren't. Year 3, we did $8 million in revenue. Year 4, $25 million. I was featured in Vogue, Forbes, Business Insider, not as a victim of a wedding day disaster, but as an entrepreneur who'd built something from nothing. Year 5, we crossed 50 million. I hired a team of 30, moved into a real headquarters, launched internationally. I was 32 years old and running a company that made people feel beautiful, confident, and worthy. Everything I'd had to learn for myself, I was teaching others. Then came the opportunity that felt like the universe understanding exactly what I needed. We were planning a major commercial campaign for our 5th anniversary collection. The creative director suggested we film at a vineyard estate, somewhere romantic and aspirational.
Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Turn on bell notification to stay updated for more revenge stories.
He showed me options. One of them was the Rosewood Estate. I stared at the photos for a long moment. The same terrace where I'd stood in a wedding dress. The same gardens where I'd taken engagement photos. The same place where my old life had ended. My team expected me to say no, to pick literally anywhere else. Instead, I said, book it. That's the one. We filmed over 3 days. I was in every shot, wearing designs from our new collection, laughing with our crew, embodying the confidence and success I'd built from ruins. When we set up on the terrace, I stood exactly where I'd stood 7 years ago and felt nothing but pride. That's when I saw them. During a lunch break, I walked to the café across the street for coffee, and there they were, Daniel and Ashley. Older, tired, hunched over paperwork at a corner table. I recognized the body language of financial stress immediately. I'd lived it. I almost left without them seeing me. But something made me walk over. Maybe curiosity, maybe closure, maybe just proof that I could. Daniel, Ashley, they looked up. The recognition was instant, followed by something between shame and shock. Ashley spoke first. Olivia. Hi. We heard about your company. It's amazing. Thank you. I kept my voice neutral, not warm but not cold either, just factual. Daniel cleared his throat. You look incredible. Life's clearly treating you well. It is. I glanced at the papers between them, past due notices I could see from the headers. How about you two? We're managing, Ashley said quickly, but her eyes said otherwise. Just normal adult stuff. Expenses, you know. I do know. I let that sit for a moment. Then I smiled, the same smile I'd practiced for cameras and investors. Well, I should get back. We're filming a commercial here, 5th anniversary campaign. Good to see you both. I walked away before they could respond. I didn't tell them I owned the debt on their mortgage through one of my investment partnerships. Didn't mention I'd seen their social media posts about job hunting and financial stress. Didn't say that the wedding venue they destroyed my day at was now immortalized in my success story. I just went back to set, filmed the final shots, and wrapped the campaign that would air nationally 2 months later. When the commercial launched, it was everywhere. Primetime television, streaming platforms, social media. Me, standing on the Rosewood Estate terrace in a white suit, talking about how life's most beautiful chapters often begin where old stories end. 12 million views in the first week. My assistant mentioned she'd seen comments from people who'd been at my non-wedding, recognizing the venue, calling the whole arc poetic. I didn't engage with those comments. The commercial wasn't about Daniel and Ashley. It was about me. About everyone who'd ever had to rebuild from betrayal. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't wonder if they saw it. If they sat in whatever cramped apartment they could afford and watched me shine in the place where they'd left me in ruins. If they understood the difference between taking something from someone and watching them build something you could never touch. Sterling Life is worth $1.2 billion now. We've expanded into hotels, restaurants, a streaming channel. I'm not just selling products. I'm selling a lifestyle built on the principle that your worst day doesn't define your forever. I haven't spoken to Daniel or Ashley since that day at the cafe. I don't need to. They're not villains in my story anymore. They're just people who made choices that set me free to become someone I never would have discovered if they'd stayed. Last month I bought a house in Napa Valley, not far from the Rosewood Estate. I can see the terrace from my bedroom window. Some people might think that's twisted, living near the place where your life fell apart. But every morning I wake up in a home I bought with money I earned, building a company from heartbreak, and I see that terrace where I once stood broken, and I know exactly who won. Not because they lost, but because I became someone so luminous that even my ruins became foundations for empire. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to watch more revenge and inspiring stories that will make you excited like this one. Where are you watching from? Drop your country in the comments and let us know what you think about this story.
Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Turn on bell notification to stay updated for more revenge stories.